I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take.
Hello, beauties. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday. It's Monday, right? Yep, it's Monday. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great Monday. I gotta tell you guys, my kids started school today, and I'm like, wow. I need definitely, this is not going to be a long live at all. There's some things that I just want to talk to you guys about that I feel is necessary to talk about. Um, but I do hope that you guys are having an amazing day. Hey, Town Prior Official. Hey, Not the Mama. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Goose. Hey, Sparkle. Is it? Hold on. I'm going to scroll up here as much as I can. Hey, Brandy CMUA. Stranger Cleveland. Always good to see you. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Emily. Tia's Nini. Aubrey. Emily. Green Eyes. It's so good to see you guys. Felony Melanie. I love seeing the dancing. I love that. Love that. Okay, so yeah. Can you guys hear me okay, or do I need to back out? Let me know, because I did back out once, but just to make sure, let me know if you guys could hear me. Before I even start speaking, let me know if you guys could hear me. Good. Okay. So I don't want to say a long time ago, but it was probably, I don't know, maybe a month ago. You guys know that I have been really keeping, track of Katie without a crystal ball, whatever the hell, whatever. You guys know that I've been keeping track of everything she's been doing as far as with the Dre McCray and Justice for Vaughn. And I remember this was probably like a couple weeks ago. There are mods now that are they're no longer a part of the Justice for Vaughn group and the Exposing Dre McCray group. Okay. So those mods are now giving screenshots out and giving a few creators here on YouTube exclusives. Okay. And I ran into a post when I was doing research today, because I do have another video that's going to be tomorrow, but this was actually going to kind of an unexpected video, because I ran across this post and I wanted to talk about it for a minute. And then somebody sent me another video where there's an exclusive. So there is a couple creators out there that are getting exclusives on a mod chat of Dre's ex admins, either her ex admins or ex consultants that used to be a part of paparazzi. Okay. And I remember Without a Crystal Ball talking about this because this was probably one of the many times that she said that justice for Vaughn is not real. It was started by a group of paparazzi consultants that were jealous of Dre McCray and that want to take her down. Okay. Some people probably won't pay attention to this, which I hope that they won't pay attention to this. But I feel like it's important to give out all information from every side, no matter what. Even if I don't agree with that side, I'm always going to give you guys every aspect of a story. Everything that I figure out of a story, everything that comes to my attention of a story. You guys, I'm always going to tell you guys that part of the story, even if you don't agree with it, you're still going to always hear it. Okay. For me, because that's the only fair thing to do. And that's just the way I do things over here. I want to be transparent with you guys always, so you guys can make your own decisions, right? So, yes, that's one of the channels, and I do like that channel. I don't agree with everything that she says, but I do like that channel, The Rabbit Hole. So, I just want you guys to always know every side of the story. So and I have read this to you before from Katie, but I'm coming to you guys with this information again because more creators, these mods who were a part of a group chat maybe with these consultants are now starting to give it to creators for exclusives, which brings more content. Let's just be real. It gives you more content. And I don't know if somebody was to come to me, the reason why I don't think that this person would come to me, any admin, um, with these screenshots, I don't think they would come to me because they probably think that I am biased, but I'm not biased. I don't care that they didn't come to me, but I'm not biased. I'm always going to give every side of the story. Always. You know what I mean? Even if I don't like it, I'm always going to do that. But regardless, when I seen that Katie said that and she actually shared the channel, I'm like, okay, I need to look deeper into this and I need to tell my people. I need to tell you guys about this. So I'm going to bring something up really quick. Yes, it's a good channel. I really do like a lot of her content, and I've been on her channel before. The only thing is that I don't agree with everything that she says about, the justice for Vaughn, but I do like her channel, and I do like how transparent she is also. So, but once I seen this information, I just wanted to let you guys know and to give my opinion about it, my commentary about it. So I'm going to pull something up real quick and I'll be right back. You're going to hear silence for a second. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that, at first it was post after post after post of Katie trying to, perpetuate all these false narratives and, calling Miss Letitia a fraud, calling Molly a fraud, Justin, everybody, LB, she was just doing the most. Every single day she was posting at least 3 to 4 Facebook posts about this situation, and going live. And as you noticed, that's stopping. Okay. And that's stopping to me for a reason, because sometimes people get scared because you cannot treat people this way and accuse them of fraud without any kind of proof. And we've went over this so many times, but it's the truth. There's a reason why she's not posting as much, and she hasn't been until today. It's been a few days. So I'm going to read this to you. It says, down the rabbit hole obtained screenshots from a group chat between admins from Justice for Vaughn and Exposing Dre McCray. What is revealed is several of the admins are former or current paparazzi consultants who are seemingly jealous of the amount of money Dre McCray made each month. They wanted her canceled and removed from the company because others have been canceled for less. They speak openly about how much she sells, makes, and why they are angry about her still being a consultant. They formed the group to expose her, to try to cancel her, to help Vaughn's biological mom. As I always suspected, this was a multi-layered plot to take down Dre, regardless if what they shared about her was true or not. We continue to share the details of the story, which I know is confusing to many. So many of you believe this was about justice for Vaughn, but it was never about that at all. This appears to be an attempted takedown of a competitor based upon these screenshots. And on this channel is the screenshots, okay? As you can see, she only got 55 likes on this. 55, which is not good for how many followers and likes she has here on Facebook. So that should give you some indication about how people feel about this overall, okay? Her people and other people, you know what I mean? So I wanted you guys to read that because on that channel, and I will put it in the description below. Hopefully I don't forget, but I will put it in the description. This is that specific video, which is why Katie shared it, because it perpetuates her whole narrative of her saying, even a couple weeks ago, which I've read it to you before, that Justice for Vaughn was started because of jealous consultants, to take down Dre. And you can go and listen to the screenshots. In my opinion, this is just gossip. Okay. This is just gossip. And whether you choose to believe it or not is completely up to you. This is not every single mod that was in the Justice for Vaughn group or the Exposing Dre McCray group. This was not every single mod. And most importantly, this is not every single mod that has somehow been tied to Dre as a consultant for paparazzi. Now, I want to make this very, very clear, okay, to Katie and to everybody else. In my opinion, and I've watched the video on, seen the screenshots. I've seen the screenshots when Katie posted them, okay? And like I said, we all know that Katie does not share other people's channels. She doesn't, unless it benefits her, unless some way or somehow it's perpetuating her narrative. And that's why she shared this. We all know that, okay? We all know how she works. But the point is, you can go and you can watch the video and come to your own conclusion. I completely understand that. I just wanted to share that with you. And here's something that I'm going to say that I feel completely debunks it. To me, this is just gossip with women, okay? Just because some of those women who were consultants with paparazzi, maybe they were jealous of Dre McCray, okay? But here's the thing. If you listen to the group chats that was given to Down That Rabbit Hole, and you listen to the things that they are saying, the one thing that speaks out to me, and it just spoke out to me again on Katie's post, is these are women who basically said that they're tired of Dre getting away with things that they could not get away with. I remember in one of those screenshots on Down the Rabbit Hole that she was showing, blatantly showed that a woman was mad because she can't drink wine when she goes live, but Dre can. I know how it is to be a part of an MLM company and the things that happens behind the scenes. And if you don't understand that, then it's just you standing from the outside in and you don't know anything about it. But when you are on the inside, okay, and you're part of an MLM company and you have group chats and things like that, and then you have someone who makes a lot of money for that company and somehow they get special privileges and you don't, of course you are going to feel salty about that. Do I think it's an excuse for them to want to take her down in any way? No. But another thing that I noticed in the screenshots, which I didn't watch till the end of the video. I have to watch till the end of the video. But when she was reading the screenshots, one of the things that I did notice also is that a lot of them were just complaining about the things that Dre gets away with that they would never be able to get away with it because they don't make as much money as Dre. That doesn't, in my opinion, mean that they wanted to take Dre down, and that's why they created this group. It doesn't. I think it's juicy gossip to make it seem that way, but in my opinion, I disagree. Having a shiz house day, sending love to those in chat, having one too, and much love as always to you, Teaya. Thank you so much, Stranger Cleveland. You know I love you. Thank you so much. Your day will be better tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow will be better, I promise. I promise. Everyone has bad days, good days, but I'm just glad that you're here and sending prayers to you. Hey, Pink Phoenix. Hey, Chisme. Hey, Alberta and Stella. So I'm going to play a little bit of the screenshots that she read, okay? And you guys can come to your own conclusion, but I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about this. I have to go get my drink really quick, so I'll be right back and then we will play the screenshots. So talk amongst yourselves and I'll be right back.
The situation with Marwan, although they were having problems of their own, and I think we could all see it, right? Given the police reports and things that we have heard, this situation could have very well been the perfect storm for all of these people to come out and make allegations that they're making. I'm going to show you guys these receipts that were provided to me. I will show you all these receipts.
This is Down the Rabbit Hole. I will put her in the chat. I do adore her channel. She's very, very pretty too. I've never seen her before. I've never seen her face, but like I said, I don't agree with everything that she says, but she is, she tries to be fair, and I like that about her. And she's not biased in any way. So I do think that's really, really great about her. And I guess, mods came to her and showed her receipts. And I'm just going to show you that part. And it is sped up for commentary purposes. This is under fair use under commentary purposes, but it is going to be sped up. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, okay?
You all make up your mind about what you think happened in this situation and where you land. Because at the end of the day, it's all about how you feel. The truth cannot be disputed in either at the same time. I'm just going to drop these receipts now. This is an exclusive. Make sure you share, tell me your thoughts in the comments. And this is strictly only about the Facebook group. Intent. Keep that in mind. And intentionality is very important and key to this situation as we're telling this story. This drop is exclusive. The name of this Facebook message group is called Von's Angels. Marwan's Angels. These women consider themselves to be angels of Marwan. So they called it. If I don't know Von, and I don't know if any of these women know him personally, to say that you would call yourself an angel of Von. Yes, a little sketch. Just saying. Now we find out too that Eve Gunning was also a paparazzi consultant, likely under Dre or Dre's competition. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments as we tell this story. Let's go.
Von's Angels, Eve. Eve says, I would love to help out since I seem to be on here all day. Anyways, LOL, what a pathetic life. I know this group has grown crazy fast. I feel very bad and weird being under a fake identity here. I wish I could reveal who I actually am. Maybe I will eventually, but I will just say that I know Dre somewhat personally through paparazzi. I'm also an elite consultant, so I've had dealings with her in the paparazzi world. Marie responds, sure, I would love to help. I would love to help this situation anyway. I've never felt so overwhelmed in my life by a situation off social media. This woman is evil. I've always have a different account in her supporter group. Don't know if y'all do or not. Eve responds by saying, yes, I'm in supporters too. Eve says, so hard to bite my tongue in there. Marie responds, I actually just got done talking to Von's mother. I found a legal firm that takes pro bono cases. She's calling them now. Fingers crossed. Did you know that she literally got a restraining order on his mom? She's evil. Eve responds by saying, oh good, I'm so glad you did. Yes, I was talking to her yesterday and she told me all about that. Just so horrible. Marie says, nope, I'm not gonna lie. I've purchased some pieces before, but no, I don't sell. And yes, the same. Haha. My real Facebook is a supporter on Slay with Dre. Eve responds by saying, well, just so you know, as I said above, I'm actually in paparazzi, and I did report her huffing video as well as several other non-compliant things with paparazzi. So if they do the right thing, they will cancel her. Marie asked, are you under her? A response. Well, hopefully we can work together. Keep this page running. If you ever have questions, you can message me or Gigi. Marie says, oh my God, Eve, she's insane. Did she just talk to you in there? Hey, I'm not going to knock another hustle. I just don't like the way she does her business. I don't like her mentally. I don't like her mentally, nor her cult-like persona. Almost like, do as I say or you're gone. To be honest, I own a few pieces of paparazzi. Hey, some of it.
As you can see, these are consultants that either, worked, up under Dre, because Dre was very, very high up in the company paparazzi. And let's be clear here. We all seen the same things, okay? I feel like this is a distraction, and this is just my opinion. I feel like this is a distraction from what's going on and people trying to, I don't know who's leaking these. Obviously, we'll probably never know. But I do feel like this is very calculated, and I think that this is very, I don't know how, it's just to me a, a deflection. It's a deflection from the fact of why these groups were created, which were to, because we all seen the same things, we all seen the same videos. I've done videos about it. This creator that's talking about this right now down the rabbit hole, she's done videos about that, about this as well. So therefore, how is it right to sit here, and you're giving out all of these screenshots of things that were said behind the scenes? And I understand her being transparent and things like that, but to me, it's a distraction and taking away from what we all watched Dre do. You can't unsee those things. You can't unsee that she does have a very cult like behavior. She does, as far as telling her audience that she's going to she can cure herpes with all these herbs, she can cure AIDS, she can cure pretty much, and she can cure diabetes. Those are very, very dangerous things to say, and it's being irresponsible with your platform. And she's saying, like, we all seen the same things. So maybe these moderators or admins, that's what you call them on Facebook, maybe they had an ulterior motive, but that to me doesn't take away from justice for Vaughn. It doesn't take away from the things that we've seen. It doesn't take away from her sitting there while Vaughn was having seizures. Okay? 8 seizures in a row. We have all witnessed these things, and I don't believe, it's unfortunate that it happened the way that it happened, and we still have somebody that I pray for every day that's in the hospital fighting for his life. But I just feel like this is a distraction to try to make people question why this was started in the first place, when we all seen why this was started in the first place. Because how does that take away from Vaughn being in the hospital and us seeing the overwhelming amount of videos on Dre where she was doing very questionable things? You can't take away from that. And until she comes out and speaks for herself, okay, and speaks on her behalf, we're never gonna know. But screenshots from mods and things like that, like I said, yeah, there may have been an ulterior motive on their side, but that doesn't take away from the fact that we all wanted and still want justice for Vaughn. We all wanted for Miss Letitia to see Vaughn. This whole justice for Vaughn thing is something that I truly believe in. I don't feel that it was a scam in any way, shape, or form. And it really, really makes me mad because I just feel like this is a distraction. And I know that it's juicy gossip and it's content. I get all of that. And at the end of the day, we're all creators here. But I still think that it doesn't change my opinion about justice for Vaughn. And you guys can let me know your opinions towards the end. I'm not going to play too much of this. I just want you guys to hear some of the things that these girls were saying. Please, not discussing any subs, prior subs, or creators not mentioned in this live. Thank you. Yes, please, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this.
It's hella cute and it's cheap. Eve says, no way. I didn't talk to her. I wasn't about to wait in the lines or ridiculous people wanting to meet her. LOL. I could care less. Marie says, so basically, you can confirm she ain't broke. Haha. Eve says, I used to watch her when she was first started doing her lives selling shows, and she really struggled with what really hot mess. I reached out to her, some pointers, and she was just very rude as always. She ain't broke. You saw the screenshots I sent. Didn't write about what she has made last year. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot less right now because of all her sales went down, but she made 96,000 in 1 month. Gigi replies to the response. Any of the others of in here paparazzi people? I used to. Eve continues the conversation. Were you under her? If so, poor you. LOL. I've been wanting to quit for a while, but I'm just so far into it. I need to find something else that would be financially compatible. So someone else in the group responds. So I set up where if someone posts the actual word Creighton, it will not post the comment. Eve says, oh, good idea. Marie says, gosh, she's so stingy. Yeah, don't let her ruin it for you. I mean, until you can find something comparable. A hustle is a hustle. As long
And see, to me, these, and like I said, I've been an MLM, okay? And I'm going to be doing videos about MLM too, when I was part of it. And you do get, I can't explain to you guys what it's like being an MLM. That's why it's going to take me a little bit to collect my thoughts. It was a long time ago, but I can't explain how it makes you feel. It really does turn into a competition. You know, I've never been a jealous hearted person at all, but it ruins your self-esteem, you guys. It really does, because when this person is selling more than you are, and you have to build a group, and then this person is doing better than you, they're building a bigger group than you, and they started later than you. Like, you guys have to understand that it almost forces you to want to be in a competition. And I feel like the MLM group, whichever part of MLM you're in, they kind of force you to be in competition, even with the groups you create, the people that work under you. What if they start selling more than you do? You know what I'm saying? So this, to me, is just a bunch of girls gossiping about their frustration of how they're not making as much money. Yes, there sounds like there was some jealousy there. But when you are a part of an MLM company, you guys, which I was never jealous because I did do good. But in the same sense, there were times that I didn't do good. And I was able to stop myself before I got into debt. I am so against MLM companies. I don't know why I don't talk about it more, but I will be, because it's a pyramid scheme through and through. There is no way around it. All you're doing is, I don't care how much money Dre is making, at the end of the day, she's making paparazzi rich, not herself. Okay. So yes, I can understand how some women, because I'm just not the jealous type of woman, but there are women who would be jealous if this person's making $96,000 and here they're busting their ass, and they see Dre being able to drink wine and do whatever the fuck she wants to because she makes so much money and not following company policy, but yet they have to follow company policy and want to drink a glass of wine, and they get disciplined for it. This sounds to me like a bunch of girls gossiping about how they felt about Dre and their frustrations because she was the highest top seller. And Dre, I'm not going to take away from the fact that she has a very charismatic personality. She's very magnetic. I'm not going to take away from that fact. She knows how to run a business. So therefore, I can understand their frustration. That's what this is to me. This is gossip between women that are jealous. Some may be frustrated. Some may be feeling down on themselves. Being in a part of an MLM company, I'm telling you, it ruins your self-esteem. It breaks you down piece by piece. It really does. So that's just how I feel about that. I'm going to let you guys listen to a little bit more just to be transparent and for you guys to hear this. But that's what it sounds like to me. It's a deflection. And in my opinion, it doesn't take away from Vaughn. As a matter of fact, when you're talking about these things, all it's doing is deflecting more from Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion.
as you aren't hurting anyone, lying, scamming, or treating people horrible for it. I've done other
MLMs
before, and I just can't do it. LOL. I'm not a salesperson, but now I own a trucking company with my husband, so it all worked out. LOL. Someone responds, I'm not on her supporter page, so if there's anything good, let me know. Gigi says, I'm sorry guys, I'm at work trying to multitask, but I'm going to reply shortly. Eve says, oh no, my reasons for thinking about quitting have nothing to do with her. LOL. I just wanted I just want her to do other things, but I want her to get canceled because she doesn't deserve to be making all of this money doing all the crap that she's doing. I got suspended one time for taking a sip of wine from a bottle, so she sure as heck needs to be canceled for that. C. So she sure as hell needs to be canceled. Someone replies to, I am not on her supporter page, so if there's anything good, let me know. Eve says, you should create another account and go on. Someone says in the group, that's not why, I just refuse to contribute any money to her. Eve says, well, that's true, and I have thought about that too, but I'm so nosy, I guess it's worth it, LOL. Marie says, any of you Jehovah Witnesses? Eve says, not I. Marie responds, me neither, I don't want to offend anyone, so I wanted to know, LOL. Eve says, what is the process you guys are doing for new member requests? Are you trying to vet people at all? Or are you just accepting? Do you have any questions set up for membership? Marie responds by saying, me as well. But I think we all feel even extra about it because we are seeing how scammy Dre is. I'm definitely never going to go broke donating to someone. And in my mind, if I ever decide to, I'm doing it. It's my choice and with good intentions. If somehow it's not used the right way, karma will take place. Marie says, yeah, I'm watching too. Gigi says, amen. That's how I feel too. I'm glad I'm not alone feeling this way. But that's exactly what I thought to just pray over it. Also, if she can collect, why can't his family? With even a better change that would actually be for good. Marie responds, I've never seen someone change so much. She's done a 360. Eve, since you know the background with paparazzi, do you think the income changed her? Or she just always like this, but now she doesn't care how she has looked. Gigi also says, I just watched her from the beginning and now, and I think about her control started with Vaughn working. She talked to us all the time about how she was going to work the system to get him out. Gigi says it was so overpowering, like she was obsessed about it until she succeeded. Then it was on to the next thing. Eve says, I don't really think that changed her. I don't know. I think she's just an unstable person, honestly. She's an extreme control freak. And honestly, when somebody posted a side by side of Jodi Arias, I was like, holy crap, I had been thinking that same thing. She has that crazy control way about her. Gigi responds, no, I mean, it's when it became noticeable. She's a control freak. Haha, she said the same thing. Eve said, you see that? She just stopped him from saying something. Yep. Eve is asking, we're still going to accept people to the old group, right? There's one girl that I feel like would be good. Let me go and see if I can find her name. She seems to be in line with us. Gigi replies to a question of whether they were going to still allow people in the old group. Yes, both groups will still be active. And they shared a profile by the name of Candyland. I didn't see that she answered in the poll, but I have seen her active and very productive. Eve says, I was going to say, let's definitely check.
I don't know if I'm going to go down that rabbit hole. Dre definitely has a cult following. Yes, she does, in my opinion. And I feel like all of these things, especially with creators, even down the rabbit hole, who has done, commentary, and she's a great commentary channel. I agree with a lot of her views on, Dre McCrae. She's done great coverage on that. But with this, in my opinion, it's a deflection. Whoever is giving out these screenshots are obviously doing it for whatever their reasoning is. More than likely, in my opinion, Katie probably has something to do with it. That's that's my opinion as well. But what I will say is that I just don't feel like it's relevant. It's not relevant to me. Even if there were some mods that were in that group, that it wasn't all the mods, and it still doesn't take away from the fact of the things that we have seen, the things that we have all as creators done commentary on. That doesn't change my opinion. And another thing too, Katie might be getting these screenshots to her. She may be having somebody else give the screenshots to her. But what I will say is, Down the Rabbit Hole does not like Katie. Okay. She doesn't agree with a lot. She's not down with it. I don't want to say doesn't like her, but she's definitely not down, excuse me, with the things that Katie has done. Okay. She's 100% against it because I've watched her. So, and she straight up says, I'm not down with that. You don't have a right to call Ms. Letitia a fraud without any type of evidence to back it up. She's where I'm at with that. Good Trouble loves makeup. I am with a MLM company right now, and that is so true. It does ruin your self-esteem, makes you feel like shit. The worst thing to do is watch people who are big dogs. It will make it worse. It is. It is. I 100% agree. Like it's hard, because how would you feel if, because somebody is a top earner of the company, they don't have to follow company protocol, but you do. And if you do what that top seller does, you get punished for it, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like the rules should apply to everyone. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that you got to be very aware. And I'm not trying to knock anybody who is a part of an MLM company. For some people, it does work out. But what I will say is, if you are a part of an MLM company, hang in there. Good Trouble loves makeup. I love makeup too, which I will be doing a makeup video this week too, while the kids are in school. But what I will say is, hang in there. You're going to see it. If you don't see it now, you'll see it eventually. It not only breaks you down financially, but it breaks you down mentally as well. And it can break down your self-esteem as well. I know, because I was almost there. So when you start seeing this whole public display of the perfect life that an MLM has to perpetrate, or whatever you want to call it, we have to pretend like we have the best life in the world. And you would even have some MLMs that would go to a car dealership, and they would have, because with each MLM company, and I'll talk more about this when I talk about it, but with each MLM company, you're given your own card to where your money is put on it. I would even see some MLMs, and as a matter of fact, it's one of the reasons why I joined, one of the reasons, where they would have their card, they would go to a car dealership and says, because of this company, I was able to purchase a brand new fucking Mercedes, you know what I'm saying? And then they would have a picture of the card and, posing in front of a car, holding their company card. And it's like, you have to maintain this whole persona, and it is all a persona. For some, maybe not for the ones up on top. No, it just is. And I'm 100% against it. But I will say some people are happy with an MLM company. And no, I don't mean any offense to you. I don't. If you don't see it now, you'll see it eventually.
Them out first. I'm about to get myself situated for the night, and then I can focus on some more. I'll be happy to research some of them. Gigi says, oh yes. Gigi replies, oh yes, for sure. You could click the name, it takes you all there. LOL, says Eve. I'm seriously furious at paparazzi if they don't cancel her. I think I told you guys in a voice clip earlier, but I was suspended for taking a sip of wine from a bottle, so they don't cancel all this. Eve says, I think I told you guys in a voice clip earlier that I was suspended for taking one sip of wine from a bottle, so they don't cancel her over all this cunt. I will be just so done. Gigi says, yeah, that would really be insane. I'm sure people are reporting her. People don't say just because they are worried about being attacked, but they will report. This person in the messages says, I'll be busy today, but I'll be coming on throughout the day. Thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We have a date here, June 28th. Candy says, oh man, what did I miss? I just woke up. Candy responds, so my girl Letsa Burrell wants to be a moderator because she is the one I get all my info from. Can we do that? She asked me to, but I didn't know if I could. Candy says, I just added her. I told her to get a profile pic, LOL. Tony says, this chick is making me want to scream. Candy asks, who, me? LOL. Eve says, I'm the only one who's way deep undercover. Tony says, this is my real account. Marie says, you are not alone, LOL. Tony says, I use my fake pro account to watch her public lives. Eve says, and it's the opposite for me, LOL. I use my real account to watch her and my fake account to go against her, LOL. Marie says, even blocked people can watch lives. Eve responds, I hope I don't regret taking on the responsibility of helping run this other page too. This thing is blowing up already. So she shows a picture of the Ultimate Deception group. Gigi replies, I'm about ready to start answering to the name Eve in my real life, LOL. I'm just going to say that it feels weird every time I say there's a link that is shared to the Ultimate Deception group. You guys should like this page if you haven't already. Marie says, okay. There are multiple pages being made to expose her. They showed a picture of Justice for Gigi shares a voice clip. Eve says, that's me. I'm the one who set that page up That's the one that reached out to me asking if I would. And there's a laughing emoji there. Eve says, wasn't my idea. Trust me, they had another big page with 20,000 followers, but they wanted to create a sub page for this. They just reached out to me and asked me to help them out. And like a sucker, I said yes. I thought they wanted me to mod, but she set me up to create.
The screenshots are from mods that were part of that group. You know, she's not disclosing who they're from. It's just from a group that some of them were admins for the Justice for Vaughn group or the Exposing Dre McCrae, or both of those groups. So I hope you guys are getting my drift here. If you are listening to this, these are just women gossiping and complaining about the things that they've seen Dre do. If you there may have been admins that wanted to be involved in this because they didn't like Dre. But I think for the most part, sorry about that. I think for the most part, most of these admins did this because they believed in justice for Vaughn and they genuinely wanted to help Miss Letitia. I do not think that every admin that was a part of this group did it because they wanted to take Dre down. There may have been some that may have been that got involved with this because they wanted to take her down, but for the most part, I don't believe that. I just don't. There are no updates, but yes, would be great if Drea would give them at least to the family. I agree. Yes, they were. Some of them were. Thanks, Wicked T. Really, we could get out of this rabbit hole of drama and only focus on Vaughn and building a case against Dre. All the rest of this is pure crap. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't necessarily, and just like I said, that could be a lot of the reasons why. Everybody has their own reasoning of why they go to the creators that they go to. But in my opinion, I think that I would not have shown this. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have. The reason I probably would have told you guys about it. You know, I would have told you that there are admins that were part of the group that didn't like Dre and that were working in that same company affiliated with her, but I would not read the screenshots because to me, I just feel like it takes away from Vaughn. Oh, thank you, Sparkle. I love you. I don't think it would take, I think it would take away from Vaughn. And it is. Because at the end of the day, that's all now that people are talking about, and it kind of feeds into Katie's narrative. Okay. And Katie's narrative is the narrative that everybody, not everybody, but that's what Katie wants. That's why she shared her channel. Okay. Because this is what Katie was trying to perpetuate from the beginning. And then, oh my gosh, then you have this person, this channel, who is perpetuating her narrative. And I don't think the Down the Rabbit Hole is doing that. I think she's only doing that because she was given the screenshots and she wanted to show them. Okay. Maybe for transparency, she has her own reasonings. But the point is that doesn't take away from the videos that she's seen. It doesn't take away from the videos that I've seen. It doesn't take away from the videos that I've commentated on, the videos that Down the Rabbit Hole has commentated on with Dre, that a lot of creators have commentated on, and we've all looked at Dre sideways. So how is it that you can coincide those two things together and say that this whole thing was started just to take Dre down. That's, in my opinion, ridiculous. Okay. We all seen what happened. We all seen how publicly Vaughn was in a coma. Miss Letitia didn't know. Her family didn't know. But yet, 629,000 of Dre's subscribers knew. But Vaughn's own family did not know. So then he's in a coma, and she's not telling the reason why he's in a coma. Okay? Ms. Letitia had to go get the police report herself. There were women who saw what Ms. Letitia was going through, and some of them may have had their own motives, but some of them genuinely just wanted to help Ms. Letitia. That's how I feel. I feel like people do things for their own reasoning, and I don't understand why these mods or ex-mods or whatever are giving away all these screenshots or whatever, but in my opinion, I feel like it's a distraction, and I also feel like it's irrelevant. But it's just me being transparent. I have cried deep. Hold on. I have cried deep and soul-crushing tears for Vaughn. He has been injured grievously, and his voice was nearly silenced. He deserves to have a strong alliance of supporters that will be. Thank you. You are so right. I 100% agree with you. As a suicide survivor, Mockery KJ. Wait, as a suicide survivor, the Mockery KJ is making of this absolute tragedy is triggering for me. It is. It's very triggering. And like I said, I don't have a problem with Down the Rabbit Hole. I like a lot of her content, but what I'm trying to say here is that this just sounds like some disgruntled people who may have worked with Dre, and maybe they shouldn't have been a part of working with Ms. Letitia or starting the group, but that still doesn't take away from the issue at hand. It doesn't take away from what we've all seen, what we've all witnessed, what we've all watched. And this whole thing to me is a distraction. Hey, B Crunk, it's good to see you, sweetie. I hope Vaughn pulls through. I have strong feelings he can. Miracles happen every day. Amen, B Crunk. Amen. Okay, I'm going to let you guys listen to a little bit more, and then we're going to stop this here.
The whole stupid thing, LOL. Digging Up Dirt was the name of the page. Candy says, I made a friend put a picture on hers, LOL. She said, can I use an Oreo? LOL. Candy continues, she wanted to be a moderator. She has good info on Dre. She actually did a background check. But she asked me not to say anything until she fully got the check done. Tony says, is she back on supporters? Marie says, let me check. Who's the girl that said that she used to be Dre's helper and assistant? That's a lot of tea. We need to get her in here. Let me check, says Marie. Candy says, yeah, she used a different profile. Oh, yeah, you do. Marie says, yes, I want to talk to that girl. Can we add someone to the chat without making them moderators? Tony says, okay. The Amanda Cannon that sent me an email saw my TikTok, and it gave her options to email me. She's in the group. Eve says, yes, I don't see why not. Marie says, just want to stay safe in case it's someone in disguise, someone we don't know that could come in quick, fast, and delete stuff. Eve says, true. Candy responds, yeah, don't add unless we know they're on our side. Eve says, that girl that I'm talking about, I thought one of you knew them, but I could be wrong. Candy says, I was blocked from all Dre's pages and a supporter last year, and my friend just signed back up to spy, LOL. Let's Up Burrell is the page that Candy shows. Candy says, this is my girl. Marie says, yeah, both me and Eve are supporters too. There's a voice clip that we can't play. I'm good with adding another. The next message says, Marie's, oh, LOL. Okay. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure all was good, haha, because I've been in direct contact with Exposed even before this group. Gigi says, yeah, I love them. They bring the truth, the real OGs. Marie says, so his mom got back to me, even though it breaks my heart to talk about. But yeah, she confirmed that she made a mistake back then. And during the time the grandmother offered to watch over Vaughn while she got it taken care of. After she got it taken care of, she went to get him, and the grandmother went behind her back and adopted him. She absolutely did not give him up, like Dre says. Eve says, the Ultimate Deception, that's the page that I'm running. I'm not a group. It's a page that it was created as a sub-page from another Ultimate Deception group that they already had up and running. But they wanted to create a second month to focus on this. and they show the ultimate deception unmasked page.
So as you can see, there is more to come. I'm sure that they gave her all the screenshots, that they could. And in those screenshots, maybe in there somewhere it says, they want to take down Dre. I have no idea. But in my opinion, I just feel that, I understand what you're saying, that she likes to explore both sides. That's what I adore about her. I hate this. Okay. That's what I adore about her. I think that she's very fair and she's not biased. Like I said, I don't agree with everything that she says, but she's very fair. But in the same sense, I just think that when you have done commentary on this, which Down That Rabbit Hole has, when you have done commentary on this, and she's done lots of videos on Dre McCray and her opinion about the things that she has seen. She definitely has her opinion about, the fundraiser, and she's very vocal about how she doesn't agree with the things that Katie is doing. And I just have to respectfully disagree with her when it comes to these screenshots. I feel like it's a distraction. I feel like this is just them, whoever, and I wouldn't be surprised if Katie wasn't a part of it, because hold on, let me turn off my phone here. Or you know what I mean. I wouldn't be surprised if Katie was a part of somehow. And somebody had said that you're glad that nobody gave Katie screenshots. They actually have. Whoever this person is that's leaking this mod group and screenshots, they've given it to Katie before. Katie has posted screenshots as well. Katie has talked about how she has spoken with an ex-mod who has blatantly admitted that she wanted to take Dre down. Now, to me, this is how you have to look at it. Did these moderators plan for Vaughn to be in a coma and for all of these videos to just magically appear, for, Molly to talk about the case, then Without a Crystal Ball starts talking about this case, the story? Do you think that this just happened? It may have been coincidental and they may have taken advantage of the situation if they feel some type of way about Dre. But in the same sense, to me, it doesn't take away from the issue at hand. And the issue at hand is we have watched here, right here on my channel and other people's channels, where we're literally looking at Dre like, how could you do this? Okay, I understand he didn't like going to the doctors. That's everyone's excuse when they're defending Dre. Vaughn didn't like going to the doctors. He didn't like going to the doctors, and Dre wanted to respect his wishes. No. That's not an excuse, because at the end of the day, we have also seen Dre getting kicked out of a hospital and manipulating Vaughn to leave the hospital too. Dre getting kicked out because she's filming in the hospital, okay? And Vaughn's in the hospital and she's manipulating him to want to leave the hospital as well, okay? He wasn't against hospitals then. He may have not wanted to go to the hospital, but when you get to a place where your husband is having that many seizures and you're using herbs and cayenne pepper and all of these things to try to help cure him, and that doesn't work, you want to know what that means? It's time to take your husband to the hospital, okay? And if that's the case, then why in the police report did Dre specifically say that she has been telling him, Vaughn, she has been telling Vaughn to make an appointment with the doctors, but he never did? Her, as his caregiver, should have made sure that he did. He wasn't against doctors then. He wasn't against going to see a counselor. He wasn't against, it doesn't add up. So and every time I talk about it, it makes me mad. It just makes me mad because it's a deflection to me. It's a deflection from the issue at hand. It's a deflection, to get us to look this way, but not that way. Not focus on the issue at hand. Okay? Let's go ahead and transition over here and look at this and look at how these mods orchestrated this whole entire thing to take Dre down. No. They may have used this situation to take Dre down, but Dre is the one who took herself down by making the wrong decisions. Okay? There are so many things that we witness, not only just that, but, no, we don't live. Nobody knows what happens behind closed doors. Dre was very public with her life, you know what I'm saying? But in the same sense, I no matter which way, we all seen the same videos, including down the rabbit hole. Yes, there may have been some jealous mods that were a part of Justice for Vaughn and exposing Dre McCray. What does that have to do with Vaughn in the hospital in a coma right now? What does that have to do with anything? It doesn't. It doesn't. At the end of the day, to me, I understand everyone does things the way they want to do it. And like I said, I love Down the Rabbit Hole. I think that she has an amazing channel. I don't agree with everything she says, but I agree with her about Katie. I agree with her about, being transparent, and she likes to go down all avenues. I get that, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But in the same sense, I personally don't agree with this. I just think that it is a distraction. I think it is a deflection, and it just takes away from everything that we have all seen, that we've all done commentary on, that we've all cried at night over, that we've all lost sleep over. It's making it seem as though it's not real. It's almost like people like Katie are making it seem as though it's not real. She's saying it's not real. She's basically saying this whole thing was fake. Justice for Vaughn is not real. Yes, it is very, very real. Okay? You're not going to try to make me think that I'm crazy. Okay? I don't like to use the word crazy too much, which I can be sometimes, and I admit it. But you're not going to make me think that I'm just seeing things. And that this was every video that I've seen with Vaughn having 8 seizures in the background, and she's just sitting there. You're not going to make me think that I'm the one who is wrong about the things that I've seen. No. Sorry. Gaslighting to brainwashing, it's all of that shit. It's all of that shit. Yes, Phoebe. It's all gaslighting. And it's like, okay, no, Justice for Vaughn isn't real. What you've seen with Dre, that's not real. Okay, so that's basically like saying he's in a coma, but he's in a coma because there's no kind of reasoning behind it. Okay, even if, and I'm saying even if, and this is me using critical thinking, even if Vaughn did self-harm himself, even if he did do that, that still doesn't take away from the things that were going on around him. Okay? It doesn't take away from the audio that we've heard that is, one, being exclusively on Katie's channel. This was not a setup, but that's what Katie is trying to make everyone think. And she's using other creators to do it. Okay? And I know that Down the Rabbit Hole would never let somebody, like, she's smarter than that. Okay? She's a highly intelligent person, and she's not going to fall for Katie Joy's bullcrap. But in the same sense, we all know why Katie shared that video. And it's not because she likes her content. It's not because she cares about her content. It's because that specific video was perpetuating what Katie wants everyone to think. And What the fuck are you talking about, Katie, that it's confusing? I know the situation can be confusing. Yeah, confusing from you and to you and your supporters. Why? Because you've literally been coming up with different narratives every fucking day. So, of course, your supporters are going to be confused. But guess what? Me and my supporters, we're not confused. We know. We don't deflect. We don't project. We keep it real over here, okay? That's what we do over here. We don't have to pretend as though this is all a delusion and Justice for Vaughn isn't real and Ms. Letitia is a fraud and all. No, that's not what we do. Your supporters are confused because, Katie, all you spew is bullshit. That's you. That's why it's confusing. But it's not confusing over here because I keep it real. I show what I show. I try to keep it as classy as possible. And I try to be as biased as possible. And no matter how I try to look at this, I cannot get the things that I have seen out of my head. Okay. So therefore, I'm not like malicious Katie, who can sit there and get so pissed off because the family doesn't want anything to do with her that she can totally do a flip 180 and change her mind, and Justice for Vaughn just isn't real. No. Hold on 1 second. I just want for people to understand, because I can guarantee you there's even there may be people that may be confused because they're going on this channel, they're seeing one thing. They're going over here, they're seeing another. Then you have over Unirock's channel, he's spewing bullshit, lies, okay? Slander. It can be confusing because they have thrown out so many narratives that you're just like, you don't know which way to turn. All I can say is what I encourage all of you to do, what I write in my description, every single one of my videos. Do your own research, okay? Use your critical thinking. Don't be biased, okay? And come to your own conclusion. Do your own due diligence. Go from channel to channel. And you yourself need to not be a part of some echo chambers and come to your own conclusion. You have a mind of your own. You're perfectly capable of making your own decisions, regardless of what that is, regardless of whether it is the decision of the masses, whatever. You need to come to your own conclusion. You need to do your own research. No matter what it is that I say, I'm not encouraging echo chambers over here. I want you guys all to always be open-minded and to always do your own research. No matter what I show you, still do your own research. Always. And try to look at all sides if you can, you know? But to me, no matter which way I turn, I just always, when it comes to this story, I always can't come to the same inevitable conclusion, which is the things that Dre has done to the point where her husband is now in a coma is questionable. That's all I'm saying. It's questionable. And yes, no matter who I've watched, I've always done my own research. Always. Exactly. Jenny Lou, thank you so much. That's what I mean. Like, I can show you what I show you, but still make sure that you try to remain critical, okay? That you try to look at things from every aspect and break it down for yourself. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let me go up a little bit. Yes, Sparkle has a baby on the way. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, it makes me want to have another one. No. If it doesn't happen within the next year, it's not happening. Sorry. I have 3 and I would like to have a little girl, but if it never happens, it doesn't happen. It's okay. I'm good. KJ knows that when this man comes out of this, he's going to see the path of destruction KJ left his family in. She's scared of that. You're right, Jaded Spade. I mean, to me, I pray still that Vaughn wakes up and opens his eyes, and I'm praying for Miss Letitia and her family. I can't imagine what they're going through right now. I couldn't imagine it, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Thank you, Stranger Clegan. Also, what the fuck, congrats on 5K sub. Oh, thank you. At first I was gonna do a gift away at 5K, and thank you guys so much for that. I don't keep track of my subscribers, you guys. That's why I always kept my subscribers hidden, because I don't know. I don't keep track of them. I try not to, because I don't know why I don't. I think it's just because I get afraid. Anyway, at 6K, we are going to do a gift away. So when we get to 6K, we're going to do a gift away. And thank you guys so much. We made it to 5K. I say we because I cannot do this without you guys. So thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys mean a lot to me. So thank you. And thank you, Stranger Clegan. I love you so much. You're such an amazing person. Hey, Nikki38. Yes, we will do a gift away. Hopefully I can do 3 winners. Hopefully. Welcome to the Glam Fam, Cassie. Casey, I'm sorry. Casey, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, guys. I couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you so much. The Goose sometimes lets me know how many subscribers I have, which I appreciate that from her. She's amazing, and she always says, "Oh my God, girl," and I appreciate that, because she knows I don't watch, because maybe I think it's just bad luck or something. I don't know, because at the end of the day, I think it's been a journey, and it's going to continue to be a journey, but people can be very malicious, and that's why I don't watch it. She is telling the truth, because I'm always telling her, "Oh my gosh, look where you are." And she's like, "Huh? Really?" Right. Goose very much keeps me posted on all that, and I'm very grateful that she does that. She's an amazing person, and she has nothing but the best of intentions, and I appreciate that from her. And she's been here for me, since day one. And then we have somebody new to our team, which is Sparkle, and I thank God that we cross paths, and to the future mods. But I'm very picky, because I've been through some things, you guys. So if you're a mod today and not the next day, don't think it has anything to do with you being a bad mod. It's just me basically trying to it's a hard thing to explain, but it has nothing to do with you being a bad mod. It just has to do with my experience, and I'm sure I will throw you a wrench again. It always happens that way. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys a lot. Hey, Molly. How are you? So, yeah. I'm going to say that I will always call things out and keep you guys informed of everything that's going on with everything. And I just also feel like almost like Katie thinks everyone is stupid. It's an insult. It's almost like she thinks everyone around her is stupid and she's the only smart one, and she could just spew all of this chaos and hate, and everybody's supposed to say, okay, she's right, and go with anything that she has to say. So, justice for Vaughn isn't real, so we're all supposed to now say this is all a delusion, and everything that we've seen is all a delusion. And let me just go ahead and check and see if those videos are still on her channel. How about that? Let's just look. I'm going to look on my iPad. I'm looking. Hold on, you guys. I want to see something. Yep, they are. So we're supposed to sit here and believe Katie when she says justice for Vaughn isn't real, but yet every single video that she's done where she's pointing out the suspicious behavior of Dre is still on her channel. But yet it's not real. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You're insulting people's intelligence. Okay? That's what you're doing. You're insulting people's intelligence and you're trying to make people feel like this is all a delusion. We're all crazy. We didn't see the things that we've seen. We weren't outraged over the things that we've seen, including herself, who was outraged. It is. Thank you for asking. I meant to go back to that and ask who commented they knew her. Knew who? KJ has taken every stand in this case. Doesn't know what to do. People are just believing her. I don't get it. She looks. Well, I don't think that people are believing her in the sense. I think her supporters, because she has this cult-like behavior, I think her supporters are believing her. But I do also think that there are some of her supporters who probably don't believe her. And I also think that the majority of her supporters are probably tired of her spewing all of this bullshit, because every single day, yeah, you want to sit there and talk about it's confusing. Yeah, it's probably is confusing to your supporters, honey, because every single day you're spewing something new. Okay? You're spewing some type of hate. So of course your supporters are going to look at you and be confused, like, what is going on? Every single day is something different. But if you notice, she's not talking about this as much as she was. She was talking about it every single day. Every single day she was doing a video. She's not doing that anymore. Yeah, that I agree, Alyssa. Remember when she had that boil on her head and she changed her story on it being BX's? Yeah, I see a pattern. Right. I don't remember that story. Exactly, Betty. That's why it's confusing to her supporters. When you keep lying constantly and you're just throwing shit at a wall, and just hoping for whatever sticks, and that's the narrative that you're going to go with, like, yeah, your supporters are going to be confused. They're going to be like, what the hell is going on here? To a point that they probably just wanted to stop talking about it. Poke the bear. Yeah. She has done so much that it's disgusting to me. Like, at what point do you stop? At what point do you say, okay, I'm done talking about this. Nobody's believing me. But yet here you are. You're going to go and, oh my God, say that justice for Vaughn isn't real because of some ex-mods that may have been jealous of Dre. To me, it's just gossip. 7M new lawsuit details soon. Yeah, I'm going to get that information. I have to get that because I know that there are a lot of people that are talking about that right now too. With the new motions from 7M on Friday, she has to be getting nervous for real. Yeah, I need to get that because I'm going to read that. I want to keep up on that too. And another thing too that I wanted to say, just to make clear, I love you too, Alyssa. You guys are amazing. I want to make this very clear that I never said that witchcraft was a bad thing. Okay. I've been having a lot of comments where people were saying, what are you trying to say? Witchcraft is a bad thing? Because I do think that I said in my last video, that's not my last video, but the video before, that I think that Katie practices witchcraft, but in an evil way. That's the operative word here. But in an evil way, because I try to be very careful with this because I do know that there are people who practice witchcraft in a good way. Okay. I know that there's a lot of people who believe in witchcraft and use it for good. I don't believe that KJ uses it for good. I believe she uses it for bad, but I'm not saying that witchcraft overall is bad. And I know that some people have their different opinions about this. I don't practice witchcraft. But I'm just saying that there are some people who do practice witchcraft and they practice it for good, and when you practice it for good, I've done a lot of studying on it, and because I've always been interested in it because of Beyonce, and that's another story, and we'll talk about that another day. But I love Beyonce, and I know that she practices witchcraft as well, and she believes in all that stuff. And I was doing research on her one day for a video, and I went down deep in that rabbit hole, and I understand that there are some people who believe in practicing witchcraft for good, but I'm not saying that witchcraft is bad. So I think there are some people who practice witchcraft and may have gotten offended by me saying that I think that Katie practices witchcraft, but I said I think Katie practices witchcraft, but in an evil way, okay, for bad. But I'm not saying that witchcraft overall is a bad thing. Many cultures use it. Yes, I know. Santeria. Yeah. It's very, very popular in Africa, African spirituality, all of those types of things. And I'm very interested in that as well. So I know that there are people who practice witchcraft and they use it for good. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to use witchcraft for bad, for evil. But I think that Katie does. So in no way am I trying to offend anyone who practices witchcraft. Do your thing. I don't. But I'm not against anybody who does. And, just be safe and use it for good. But I think that she doesn't. I think she uses it for evil. I don't think that she is just strictly an atheist. She just seems too evil for me for that. I think she is into things that we don't know. I practice witchcraft in both ways. I don't think Katie is a witch. I think she's delusional and evil. But that's just my opinion. She says she's an atheist and doesn't believe in anything. I know. I just think she does, but that's just my opinion, and you're entitled to yours. But I'm not. There were a lot of people who got offended when I said, Katie practices witchcraft for evil, and that's not what I meant. I'm not saying that witchcraft overall is evil. I know that some people practice, what do you call it? White witchcraft. But in my opinion, I think she practices witchcraft for evil, in my opinion. And some people probably don't agree with me, but I think she does. She actually treats everyone with an incredibly patronizing tone, and it's hysterical since she gets much of her info wrong. All of it. For the most part, all of it. Her ego won't let her let go. Hold on. She'll just double down and, in my opinion, create fake evidence to back up her ever-changing narratives. I agree 100% with that. In my humble opinion, KJ is far too narcissistic to believe in higher power or spirit. Maybe white magic. That's it. White magic. There you go. That's what I meant. Evil is an understatement for Katie Joy. You don't treat a mother and father of their child in a coma that way. I know. My brother passed away at 25 in a coma. It killed my mother that day, and now she's gone. I'm so sorry to hear that, Town Crier. I'm so sorry to hear that. My heart and prayers go out to you. I lost my mother, and every day it's a struggle. So I couldn't imagine. My heart and prayers are with you. And if you ever need somebody to talk to, my email is always in the description. Yes, black magic. And then it's, what's it called again? White magic. Santeria is one I have always been interested in learning about. I think we'll do a video about that one day. I believe Miss Letitia has something in the works against KJ, and you'd think she would stop, but a narcissist will only double down rather than admit to wrongdoing. I agree. No worries, some people have different channel names. Everything bad you don't on wait a minute, everything bad you don't on people will come back on you tenfold, and if you don't get the karma, your kids and family will sadden. That's true. Now that's just what I know about my research on witchcraft, is that you are not supposed to practice witchcraft for evil, because it will come back on you. And if it doesn't come back on you, it's going to come back on a family member, your kids. But that's the research that I've done. I don't know anything about it. I just know a little bit about the research, because I've always very much been into African spirituality. And even as far as my Indian culture, there is a lot of witchcraft. So I definitely am interested in it, but I'm not trying to get into that. I'm not trying to do that, but because I am very religious, but I do believe that you can be both. At first I used to struggle with it. You can be both spiritual and religious, and a lot of people don't think you can, but you actually very much can. And I've done a lot of research on that as well, but that's a different story for another day. And we will talk about that because it is very interesting. And you are right, Kimberly. I do think that Miss Letitia, in my opinion, has a case. That's just my opinion. I think that what KJ has done to this family is horrible, and what she continues to do is horrible. I've noticed that she isn't doubling down in a lot of ways. She's being very quiet. She's not speaking as much as she once was. But that's because she's having others do it for her. And Miss Letitia has very respectfully parted ways with Katie, and she is very respectfully asked to be left alone. And yet still, she is being accused of being a fraud and with no proof. And as I've said it so many times, you hear Unirock saying it, you hear Katie saying it, if she's not a fraud, prove it. Well, no, you're the one who's making these allegations. You're the one that's accusing Miss Letitia of fraud. So you prove it. Miss Letitia don't have to prove shit to you. You prove that she's a fraud, and you're not going to because you can't. It's kind of sad how evil she is when you think about it. I have an evil sister, and it just makes me sad. They don't know how to be kind at all. I agree. I don't think that KJ knows how to be kind. I don't. I have heard white magic and black magic, where one is good and the other is not. Yes. Like most people, from what I still do research on, there is someone that I watch here on YouTube. Her name is Black Witch Yaya, and she talks about African spirituality. And I watch her sometimes, and she will always tell stories. She tells a lot of stories of commentary of like old things that have happened when you practice witchcraft for bad. When you practice witchcraft to get at people. I'm not going to go into the story, but it is a very, very creepy story of a guy who created a voodoo doll of his wife. And it is such a good story. At the end of the day, you're not supposed to practice it for evil. You're not supposed to practice it to get back at anybody. You're only supposed to practice it for good. If you practice it for bad, it is going to come back on you. And that's what I have always been told and what I've researched. I think she's like Toad. I say Toad. I think she's like Toad and practices devil worship. I think so. I think KJ believes in KJ and her delusions. Right? I agree, Stranger Clean. Thank you, Steph CF. It is. It's a very sad story. So sorry for your loss. My dad raised us and we lost him 2 years ago. I'm so sorry. My condolences. I wouldn't wish that on anybody to lose a parent. It's very, very hard to go through. Right, but black magic come back on you or your family. Bad, bad, bad. Yes, that's just the research that I've done. Do I ever check out Without a Crystal Ball subreddit? I have before, and I need to start again because I know that there's a lot of information on there that's very useful. So I need to start checking the subreddit because she has a whole subreddit dedicated to her. I didn't want to talk about it because it's not about me, but I'm so frustrated with the actions of KJ and Dre. Thank you, Tia. You're welcome, sweetie. I'm just glad you're here. It comes back 3 times. Absolutely. That's just what I have researched and what people say. Wait, does she practice? Confused how this came up. I guess I missed something. Well, I think she does. I think she does for evil. It's just my opinion. It's alleged. I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just saying that it's beyond me how somebody can be as evil as her. So in my opinion, I think she does. And a lot of people got offended by that. They thought that I was trying to say that witchcraft was bad overall, and that's not what I'm saying. So I just wanted to make it clear to everyone that I didn't mean witchcraft was bad. I'm just saying that witchcraft, practicing it and using it to get back at people, using it in a bad way, that's what I think Katie does. But I do know that there's white magic and dark magic. Is it shamanism? I've never heard of that. If there's any good witches watching, please put a spell. Oh, that's funny. Glazed and confused. I think she does too. Yeah, it's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I just think you can't. How can you just be so evil? I don't know. I used to be I used to be a Santeria. I don't practice it anymore, but I respect it. How I got into it was kind of forced on me. I just believe in God and do things the right way. I see too many things. Evil is real. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It remains on my mind for a paranoid reason. This family is suffering. We need to continue praying for them. And I do. I do. Every single day. I try so make sure that I'm praying for them. I try to keep Miss Letitia in my prayers, Miss Wynette, Marvin Sr., um, even Dre and her children. I keep them in my prayers. I keep Vaughn in my prayers. Most importantly, he's fighting for his life. We always want to continue to advocate for him. That's just how I feel, you know? If anything, KJ is the fraud, allegedly. Right, Nikki. I think Molly has been warning her. Hold on. Daddy's lecturing his son. Okay, I think Molly has been warning her in her own way that something is in the works against KJ for Miss Letitia. I hope Miss Letitia takes her for everything and then some. Me too. I'm sorry. I just don't think that KJ, there has to be consequences to your actions. And she has treated Miss Letitia horribly. Horribly. I don't agree with it. And I think that Miss Letitia should do something about it, but that's just my opinion. You know how Katie walks around saying you should never encourage creators to, take other creators to court. But guess what? No, you shouldn't encourage it, but Miss Letitia is not a creator. Okay? She doesn't know about this slander and all of these things. She doesn't know about it because she's not a creator. This is all new to her. So imagine how she feels when every single day you try to stay off the internet. You try to stop yourself from being on the internet, but you can't. You want to see what people are saying about you. It's especially when you're not a creator, when you don't know the ins and outs of being a creator, and you want to see what video is being done about you today, what narrative is being perpetuated about you that day. It's hard, so therefore I do think that she's been through a lot. I think KJ has put her through a lot and she has a case. Just my opinion. I think KJ backed off. Molly gave her a big verbal slap in the face. Good, because she deserves it. Ms. Letitia should contact the attorney who is well known now, Ben Crump. Oh, I've never heard of him. Burden of proof is the accuser. KJ's latest obsession with the church is intense. She has a real problem. She sure does. Tarot or Hope mentioned in MGL chat that they did a spirit box of Vaughn on their channel. If y'all want to check it out, seems in a similar realm to the convo. Wow. That's who it's called. It's called Tarot of Hope. There we go. Those words were kind of tied together there. It was hard for me to see them. Tarot of Hope. I will check it out. KJ is letting those other channels repeat the crap. That Michelle lady goes from channel to channel spewing the lies about yes. I blocked her real quick. She literally. That's another story for a different day. Ben Crump would take Katie Joy and Dre down in a blink of an eye. Their world would be turned upside down. I'll have to look him up. I've never heard of him. Pink Phoenix, I used to practice Santeria. Never bad, but I get awful with the wrong people. Hi, beautiful. Just joining. Going to have to watch replay. Hey, little Kim65. You either prove that something exists or it doesn't. There, excuse me, there is no proving something that never happened. Exactly. That's the thing. Ooh, I'm way behind, you guys. That's the thing. Either you're going to prove like you're the one who's walking around making these false allegations, so you should be the one to prove it. Who the hell do you think you are, that you're the end all be all and somebody has to prove something to you when you're the one who started this shit from the beginning? If you're going to call somebody a fraud, you need to have facts to back it up. I would never get on here, and I'm not saying that I never have. I may have. Obviously, it was a mistake, but I would never get on here and make a conscious decision to call somebody a fraud without any type of proof. I don't care if it's just a smidgen of proof. And that's not what they're doing. What they're doing is just saying she's a fraud because this happened in the past or that happened in the past, but that doesn't that doesn't justify the present. And not everybody thinks like Katie does. And like I said, Miss Letitia, she's not a creator. She is just a subscriber, you know, who has kind of been thrown into this in a way because of how public Dre is with social media. And then you have this group that was created to advocate for her. And then, you know, thank God that Molly and Justin stepped in and helped her as well. So she wasn't ready for this, you know, like, and then you have KJ constantly from the moment she said, I respectfully want to say deuces. Then you have KJ constantly attacking her. Then you have all of her stands attacking her. Then you have KJ saying she wants a refund. Then everybody else asking for a refund. I can't imagine how you have a child fighting for his life in a coma, but yet you have to also have all of this added onto it. You know, it's hurtful. It's hurtful. It's stressful. Not to mention she's going through enough stress already. It's stressful. It just adds on to her stress. Yeah, I just think that something should be done about it, but that's just my opinion. I don't even think she's a subscriber. Teaya, he's the most famous civil rights attorney who repped Trayvon Martin, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Michael Brown, and George Floyd. Wow. I'll do some research on him. I did not know who he was. The ones calling her a fraud are going to look extremely ignorant in the end over 5,100 refunding, and KJ and friends can take that to the bank. They'll see. Yep. I hope and pray that something is done about this, because you cannot hurt people in this way and think that there's no consequences for it. And it's obvious how impulsive KJ is and how she has no self-awareness, you guys. No self-awareness at all. She has no impulse control. She has no self-control whatsoever, because if she did, you would think she would say, well, I'm already currently in 2 lawsuits. I'm not trying to get in another lawsuit. So I'm just going to back away from this one, give my opinion, and let her go her way. And I'm going to go mine. And I'm going to continue to talk about this case. You could still talk about the case, even if you did conveniently change your mind. You could have still talked about the case without sensationalizing it, fabricating, adding more and more lies on top of one lie after another, just to slander this person because things didn't go your way. Okay, she could have handled the situation completely different, and she made the conscious decision not to. Therefore, there should be some consequences to her actions. You literally should have been like, ding, ding, ding. I already have lawsuits. I'm not trying to mess with nobody and get into another lawsuit. But as you can see, she has no impulse control, no self control, no self awareness. So, therefore, what does she do? She literally attacks this woman. When you have a platform as big as KJ's, and it's not that big, but it's big enough. When you have a platform as big as KJ, you have a responsibility. Okay. You have a responsibility. You have to be careful of what you say. You have to be careful of what you don't say. Look at all the stuff that she has done thus far. She has come up with so many different narratives. So many different narratives. Okay. First, it was the kids need to get out of the house. You know, as soon as Miss Letitia parted ways, it was the kids. We need to get the kids out of the house. She was advocating, you know, going hard for the father, setting up GoFundMe's for Dre's ex-husband, who's the girl's father. She was saying that she wants the kids to be safe, and she thinks that Dre is very irresponsible with her platform. Ironic coming from her. And then all of a sudden, it's another narrative. You know, Vaughn is the one who may have been the violent one. Vaughn is the only one who was caught yelling on audio. It's like, girl, bye. Okay? She has done so much, you guys. And nobody deserves to be put through that. Nobody. Nobody. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't give a shit. Okay? Even if Miss Letitia technically, and this is just another scenario to get you guys to look at it from a different aspect, even if Miss Letitia was a fraud, which we all know she's not, but let's just say she was, it still doesn't justify KJ's actions. It still doesn't justify the things that she's done. It doesn't. She could have said, I think Ms. Letitia's a fraud. She didn't have to say it publicly for one, but okay, fine. You have a channel. You want to say it publicly. You can say it publicly, but you have to have proof to back it up for one. And you didn't have to publicly announce that you asked for a refund either. This was all about revenge. This was all about Katie's hurt ego. This was all about her being an evil person. And she didn't have to handle it that way. It could have been so much different for her. She chose to do it this way. So guess what? There needs to be consequences to it. There does. So whoever that attorney is, Ms. Letitia needs to get a hold of him because, in my opinion, this is not right. And yet she still continues to do it, but she's just backing off a little bit. You don't know what you have put Miss Letitia through behind closed doors, bringing up the freaking past criminal history. Doxing them, digging up her past criminal history. I mean, no. It's ridiculous. She shouldn't get away with it. I'm tired of her getting away with shit. That's the problem. She gets away with too much, and it always boosts her ego every single time she gets away with it. And she, oh, Todd Chrisley's going to prison, blah, 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 blah. Shit, you don't know what's going to happen. You still don't know what's going to happen because you slandered him too. It doesn't matter that he's going to prison. That doesn't take away from the fact that you slandered him. When are you going to learn that you have a responsibility with your platform? And in this case with Miss Letitia, she is not a public figure. She is not a creator. She doesn't know how to handle these types of situations. Yes, she is a very, very strong woman, but social media is a whole nother ball game, you guys. It's a whole nother ball game. And because she is not a creator, this is new to her. It's new to her to maybe go on YouTube to see what Molly's doing, or go on Facebook and you have people saying, she's a fraud. She's a fraud. She's a fraud. We don't know the mental state that she could have been in. We don't know what it could have done to her physically, mentally, emotionally. And Katie does not think about nobody else but her motherfucking self, and I'm sick of it. She still has to face that slander case with him. Yeah, she does. Him going to prison, what's your point? Deflection at its finest with her. What's your point? He's going to prison. That still doesn't take away from the fact that you slandered him. What's your point? You idiot. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting mad. Yeah, I hope they do too. It is. It's tragic. She only chilled out because Unirock is over there making formula complaints about fraud and showing his audience how to do it. Shit is getting sick. I pray for top shelf karma for all involved. Amen. And that's the thing too. Okay. Unirock. You're like, literally, do you have any kind of intelligence? Because you of all people know how KJ works, right? So when KJ somehow or some way suffers the consequences for this, who do you think the first person she's going to throw under the bus? I've said this before and I'll continue to say it. All you're doing, okay, is capitalizing off of this, all of this situation. You don't even know the whole story. Oh, and that's another thing that I wanted to bring up too. Let me see if I can find the clip. Hold on one second. Before we wrap this up, let me see if I can find this clip. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to find it. I don't know if I have it or not. Okay, this is a clip that I wanted to show you guys really quick, and you can tell me your opinion afterwards. So I'm going to let you listen to this clip really quick, and this is Unirock commentating on Molly Golightly, and listen to what he has to say here.
She talks to Dre. Kay talks to Dre. You realize this, right? You don't know about this? how much preparation do you do for any of your streams, any of your content? It's like you sitting there cooking up these giant conspiracy theories. If you literally seem like you're not doing any preparation for it. So where do you get which narrative you should run, which theory you should? That's the scam. You know the certain theories that are going to whip people up into donating, and you run those nonstop. You've centered in on this Katie thing now because you're trying to basically supplement getting these people, not the criticizers of Katie, but these really hateful people to come in, and then they can kind of cloud it up, right? Because you're definitely placating to them.
She wouldn't even know how to handle Dre. Dre would hand her ass over to her.
Dude, know the story. Obama is the children's father. You dumbass. Obviously, don't do your research. I've never once heard him called Obama. I don't dox people. So sorry. I really don't care what his first name is. I don't want to know his first name. So you haven't.
Guess what?
She talks to Dre. Katie talks to Dre. You realize this, right? You don't know about this? How much preparation do you do for any of your streams, any of your content? It's like you sitting there cooking up these giant.
Okay. I just wanted you guys to see that really quick. It was sent to me. I sped it up. But so basically, Unirock is saying that Katie talks to Dre. Well, here's the thing. I have always been try to think as critically as possible and to look at all aspects of everything. And in my opinion, I don't believe him. And I'll tell you why. Because you don't think that if Katie talked to Dre, that she would be speaking on that? You don't think that if Katie talks to Dre, that she would be obviously capitalizing on this, talking about it every day? Dre is very smart. She's a highly intelligent woman, okay? She would be a fool to talk to Katie. And you want to talk about conspiracy theories, right? Exactly. You're spreading that Miss Letitia is a fraud with no proof. So who's the one spreading conspiracy theories? Molly or you? Because you're the one who had KJ send all information over to you and started talking about this, doing commentary on Molly, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You're not the first. You're not damn sure not going to be the last. But the point is that for you to actually sit there and say that Katie talks to Dre, like I said, I don't believe it. If Katie talked to Dre, it would be blasted all over the place because she would damn sure let that shit be known. Dre would be a fool to talk to Katie for many reasons. One being the videos that is slandering her, not even slandering her, but doing commentary on her, talking about her kids, is still on Katie's channel. So as I said, Dre would be a fool to talk to Katie. Once again, that's you, Unirock, with your bullshit conspiracies. I think KJ and Dre would bump heads like mountain goats. They're too much alike, right? Thank you so much for the super chats, Jilly. He needs get outside and get his own house and pay his child support. He's a POS and heard worse about him. Todd pays him. That's what I've heard. I don't believe him either. I don't believe him. I think that would make, I'm sorry, I just don't think that Dre, I think she's smarter than that. And I think if she was to reach out to any creator or talk to any creator, it wouldn't be Katie. Katie is not going to talk until Dre pisses her off. Right. I don't know that dude. Thank goodness. Yeah, he's, I don't know Unirock I don't know him. I know of him, and I know that him and Katie have never gotten along. But when it comes to perpetuating false narratives and capitalizing off of a story, him and Katie will collab in his heartbeat. Hey, Unirock, KJ showed his full name, which is very, very rare in court info. Molly calls him a fake name for a reason. Try using your brain just for a second. That's what I'm saying. Use your brain, because at the end of the day, if you seriously think that Dre would talk to Katie, and hey, maybe she is, but I would say if she is, she would have to be a fool to talk to somebody like Katie. With all the creators here on this platform, bigger creators, smaller creators, whoever it is that you choose, Katie is the last person that I feel Dre would ever talk to. Period. Yeah, I don't watch him. I just know that I know all of the things that, have went on between him and Katie, and they don't like each other. Katie has done some foul stuff to him. And as a matter of fact, on his channel, when I was going through it, it literally said, Katie's ex-mod speaks out or something like that. Like, it's just like they got together to do the best that they can to perpetuate this narrative. That's all. To perpetuate this false narrative. And we all know that Katie is the nonsense channel, allegedly, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I think she is. Not once has any of them acknowledged that screenshot. Why is it? Why is that? Because it's the fucking truth, and they know it. KJ can't be trusted as far as you can throw her. Exactly. I don't know why in the hell she would ever talk to KJ. Like I said, no, but none of us are psychic. We don't know for sure. But I'm just saying she would be a fool if she would talk to her. At the end of the day, if you were to sit there and show proof, okay, well, then proof is proof. But we all know that you're not capable of showing proof, Unirock, because you haven't shown any proof on your channel, period, from any allegations that you have been making. So we wouldn't expect you to show proof of that. But at the end of the day, if Dre was to talk to Katie, that would make her a fool. And I don't think Dre is a fool. I don't. I think Dre learned a lesson after her guest appearance on Vanessa's channel, right? Hey, Uni. Molly also calls KJ Casey Anthony. She does. Dre is far from dumb. I don't know why anyone would think she would talk to KJ. Exactly. Like I said, she's a highly intelligent woman. I just don't think for 1 second that she would talk to KJ at all. But she talked to that crazy Vanessa chick. She did. But I don't think that Vanessa was on her side from jump. You know what I'm saying? Vanessa didn't even know the damn story. When she was interviewing Dre, she didn't even know the whole damn story, and she was on Dre's side. So therefore, there's a big difference between Vanessa and Katie. Katie literally has so much shit on her channel where she's doing commentary about what an awful person Dre is. She's calling Dre a drag queen, calling Dre a horrible mother, how she's irresponsible with her platform. She's calling Dre an addict. She has exclusive audio on her channel that no one has on any of their channels. Like, come on now. She would be a fool to talk to Katie. She has a video about a GoFundMe and trying to get the kids in their dad's custody. Do you really think Dre would be that idiotic to talk to somebody like her? And if she is, I stand corrected, and I'm giving Dre way too much credit, but I have been a subscriber of Dre's, and I have supported Dre, and I just don't think that she would be that foolish to talk to somebody like Katie, especially with the video still on Katie's channel, and she's still earning revenue off of this still to this day. The ultimate thing you can do to a mama bear is try to take their children from them. Come on, people, try using your critical thinking skills. Exactly. And that's something that always should be encouraged. If people actually believes the bullshit that he's spewing, that's on them. But I don't, and we don't. I think she's talking to Dre behind the scenes because she's been on her side and sticking up for her nonstop recently. She has, but I don't think that means that she is speaking with Dre. Just because I think she's defending Dre, so Dre will pick up the phone and call her or leave her or tries to communicate with KJ in some way. But I don't believe that Dre would speak to Katie. I just don't. Vanessa just saw somebody else drawing anger and hate like Vanessa does and jumped in looking for an ally. I agree. She didn't even know the story at all. She just knew that Dre was getting hate. I believe KJ is a dirty roach in Dre's eyes. I'd be shocked if she would lower herself to that level too. I would be too. Like I said, I'd be shocked if she did. We can't say for sure because we're not psychic, but at the end of the day, I personally don't think that Dre would, and I think, yes, I think Katie is trying desperately for Dre to contact her because you have to remember Katie's doing whatever she can to try to keep herself inserted in this case. And she's using every avenue to do that. And she has done so much, but I don't believe for a second that Dre would talk to her. Like I said, there are a lot of creators here on YouTube. I just don't think that Dre would waste her time talking to Katie. There's no way KJ is talking to Dre. She's trying to, but no way. If KJ was, she would be screaming it from the rooftops. That's what I say. I don't think that that's something that she could keep a secret. I don't think she could keep something like that a secret. She can only keep something like that a secret for so long. And let's remember what she did to Miss Wynette. That was probably hard for her to not put out there, how she put out that audio that Miss Wynette, had, that she trusted KJ to send it to her, and look at what KJ did. She put it out there. I just don't believe that she would be talking to Dre and not disclosing that. Dre is looking to save herself from criminal charges. KJ is nowhere in her thoughts. Exactly. She does. She has, her energy is, it's draining. Her energy is just ill. Like, I can't. I can't with her. I agree, Care Bear. You guys are awesome. If KJ was talking to Dre, she'd be going live every day, telling everything. But again, Dre isn't dumb. She would never. I just don't think that she would. For as long as I have supported Dre, like I said, she's an intelligent woman. If Dre somehow wanted to get her story out, I don't think that she would talk to Katie. I think Katie has done enough damage, not only to Dre, but to everyone that has surrounded her. Anyone who is involved in this story, Katie has hurt or slandered, or she's just done too much damage to everyone involved in this story, you know, including Dre. So I don't know why anybody would want to be bothered with her at this point. If KJ is talking to Dre, I highly doubt she's still talking to the friend of the father. Yes, I think that that's the wife. Absolutely. And I also, that's just my opinion. But I also think that she's just, I feel like she's under a lot of pressure right now. I can tell by her last live stream that she deleted, because she said she had to delete it because there was some music in the background. Okay. She never had a problem keeping up any of her live streams, but for some reason she took that live stream down. I wonder why. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Oren. Thank you so much. Love you. Thank you. I appreciate you. As soon as KJ starts looking into someone, she starts trying to look like them. Did you all see when she did her hair up in a bun and tried? No, I didn't see that, Teresa. On her last live stream? No, I didn't see that. I want to see that. Llama Girl posted the live on her Twitter. There was no music. I know there was no music. She took it down because, you know, homegirl's under pressure. Let's just be real here. Like, when you've done as much damage as she has, you know, and then you have, you know, Molly handing it to her and telling her, you know, there are consequences for every action, you know, every reaction that you have, which especially with the way that with the shit that she's done, there are consequences to it. And it just seems like she's being very quiet about everything now. You know, every now and then she'll still post. And I think she does that I think that's just her stubbornness and her ego that won't let her stop talking about this case, even if she's talking about it once a day. But come on now, like, we all know, all you got to do is go back and watch my live streams, you know? We all know that literally she was posting about Dre every single day. She was posting about Molly every single day. She was posting about Miss Letitia every single day. She was going live. She was doing whatever she could to continue to perpetuate false narratives. Now, all of a sudden, it just stops. Yeah, I want to see that too. I want to see the bun pic. Oh, yes, please send it to me. Autistic Show, please send it to me if you can. She's just a try-hard with that. She has to copy style from somewhere because she has no style and individuality of her own. I agree with that. I even noticed a lot of things, like, how can you sit there, you know, and talk about Dre and say that she looks like a drag queen? And like I said, I don't agree with anybody who says that, because at the end of the day, it's makeup. Welcome to the makeup world. You know, if you don't know anything about makeup, then you wouldn't know anything about Dre, and you wouldn't be able to appreciate the way Dre does makeup. I am a realist, and I call things as I see it. And then no matter how much I dislike somebody, I'm still going to give credit where it's due. And Dre can slay some makeup to sit there and call, but she does that about everyone. You know, KJ can sit there and say that she doesn't talk about looks, but she talks about everyone's looks. Everyone's looks. And she was talking about Dre's looks from the jump. So she can miss me with that bullshit. Oh, I don't talk about looks. Yes, you do, sweetheart. You always have talked about looks. Yeah, Dre can slay some makeup. It's therapy for me too, Brandy. You know, and I think it's easy for some people to say and talk about the way others do their makeup and stuff like that. To me, I just think that those people are kind of ignorant when it comes to the makeup world. And not only ignorant, but if you can sit there and criticize someone and talk about them because of the way that they choose to do their makeup, you know, that says more about you than it does about that person. And in my opinion, when KJ was talking about Tati and saying Tati sucked at makeup and she was horrible and her foundation didn't match her skin, like you could see the jealousy, like she was reeking of jealousy. Okay, jealousy is an ugly disease. Get well soon. That's how I look at it. She was very jealous of Tati and she talked about Tati profusely. Okay, and said some very, very hurtful, horrible things about Tati. But guess what? You don't hold a candle to Tati, especially when it comes to makeup. As a matter of fact, you could learn from Tati. Go watch one of her makeup videos. Exactly. Exactly, Brandy CMUA. Makeup washes off. It's not that serious. It's not like you're getting permanent tattoos all over your face. To each his own. But makeup, it washes off at the end of the night. So, and some people don't like to do it. Some people do. It's just, you know, it's your preference. It's what you like. It's what I do. So that's why I love it. It's therapeutic. So it's something that I make time to do in my life. But some people choose not to make time for that. And that's their decision. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Rand, for the super chat. Learning makeup pulled me out of my postpartum depression. Makeup is art, and art is subjective. We know KJ doesn't know anything about beauty, though. Agreed, 100%. And thank you so much, beautiful. Yes, you can slay some makeup. You do an amazing job, and you are gorgeous, girl. Yeah, makeup is my outlet. It's my therapy. There are some women who say, you know, who just they don't have time for it, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's all of these cliche things that people say when it comes to makeup. Oh, she needs makeup to be pretty, or um you know, they'll just say I don't need makeup to be pretty. Girl, bye. Okay, nobody's saying that you need makeup to be pretty. I'm not saying I need makeup to be pretty. I wear makeup because I want to. Okay, not because I have to. My mother didn't let me wear makeup until I was 16, but you want to know what she said when she let me start wearing makeup? She said, wear makeup, don't let the makeup wear you. I like to wear makeup because it's my brand, it's what I do, but at the end of the day, do I still look in the mirror and am I confident without makeup? Absolutely. You know, but that's something, it's a cliche thing that people use against other women to try to put them down. And most of the time, when people say that about other women that choose to put makeup on, whether it's every day, every other day, whatever, most people only say that because they don't know how to do it themselves. Okay. But it's not hard. It's not hard to do. It's not hard. But I don't knock anyone who wears makeup, who doesn't wear makeup. Do your thing, boo. It is what it is. Okay. I'm going to be doing more makeup videos now that my kids are in school. My live streams are going to be earlier, and it's going to be fun when we do some makeup tutorials and some videos, but I'll do some live streams so you guys can see it happening in real time. But it's going to be fun. makeup is fun. It's art. It's just a way to express yourself. And some people express themselves with tattoos. Some people express themselves by buying handbags. Some people express themselves by buying jewelry, like my mom did. Everyone expresses themselves differently. Everyone has their unique own individuality, and there's no reason for us to judge anyone. I am not a hater. I am not a jealous woman. Nowhere near ever being a jealous woman. I don't need to be. I don't have to be. And when I see a beautiful woman, especially when she's laying her makeup, I appreciate it. I go up to them and I tell them, and that's it. Like Dre is good at makeup. She just is. And I would never say, oh, she can't do makeup or she looks like a drag queen, even though that's a compliment to a makeup artist because drag queens invented a lot of things. But in the same sense, when Katie's saying it, she's saying it as more of an insult. And I don't think it's right. Even with Dre and the type of lace front she wears, that's her choice. You're never going to see me talking about anybody's looks. I just don't. To me, I understand people like to take jabs here and there, but when you start demeaning someone because of the way that they look, you lose all credibility with me. You just do. Yes, they invented so many things. It's the ultimate compliment. And I'm going to end this video with this. Hold on, let me bring this up real quick.
I hate when bitches be like, you don't need makeup to be pretty. Like, Becky, you don't need a car to get places, but it sure fucking helps. I hate when bitches be like, you don't need makeup to be pretty. Like, Becky, you don't need a car to get places, but it sure fucking helps.
Hold on, you guys. I wasn't the one, but hold on.
What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? I glow. Physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, I glow. It's what I do now. It's what I'm going to keep doing. Just wear some sunglasses so you don't get blinded. What do you do for a living? I glow. Physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, I glow. It's what I do now. It's what I'm going to keep doing. Just wear some sunglasses so you don't get blinded. What do you do for a living? I glow. Physically.
Keep glowing, you guys. I used to always do a full beat, but I don't have time anymore with all these kids. And that's completely understandable. And sometimes just make time for yourself, pamper yourself. It's very important to do those type of things. Sometimes people, when, you have kids, we all have busy lives. Sometimes, you give yourself a facial, give yourself, do a mask. What do you call them things? I don't know. But give yourself a facial, do a mask, do something that makes you happy. Self-care is very, very important. Even if it's taking 20 minutes to a half an hour away from your kids, Sparkle, everyone who has kids, take care of you. Do things for you that makes you happy. Okay. Like with me, it's makeup. For somebody else, it can just literally be sitting out on the porch, drinking a cup of coffee and waiting for the sunrise. Whatever it is that makes you happy and fulfills you, make sure that you take time out to do that for yourself. You are important. And I know that when we have kids, we don't think about ourselves as much, but it's important to do the things that make you happy. Pamper yourself because you deserve it. We as mothers, we deserve it. You as a wife, girlfriend, whatever, you deserve it. Whether you have 1 kid to 15 kids, it doesn't matter. Take time for yourself, pamper yourself, and do something that makes you happy every single day. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, it's hard for you to take care of anybody else. You have to take care of you and make sure that you have everything that you need to make yourself happy. You deserve it. So make sure you're pampering yourself. I don't care if it's taking 5 minutes out of the day. You're going to need longer than 5 minutes though. But I think every woman should pamper themselves, whether it's on the weekend, once a week, whatever, a time where it's just you taking a hot bath, having a glass of wine, giving yourself a facial, doing your nails, toenails, whatever. Just do whatever you need to do to make yourself happy. Yes, Christy, every day. I would say sometimes I don't, but for the most part, every day. Like for some people, you get up early to make some coffee and just sit and enjoy peace before your kids wake up. With me, I enjoy peace. It is healing to me to do my makeup. It's therapeutic. You know what I mean? Do it exactly. Feed your soul. Do something that makes you happy no matter what it is. I don't care what it is. Going for a run, going for a walk, whatever it is. As long as it's away from the computer and it's you time where you are self-reflecting and doing things to make you happy. That is what's important. Okay? That's it, you guys. That's all I got. I hope you guys have an amazing night. Thank you guys so much for being here. I adore all of you. Thank you, Christy. You are too. I hope you guys understood where I'm coming from, where I was showing you that. Shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole. I think she's an amazing channel. And I'm glad that I was able to show those to you guys. And just be careful with who you choose to support. And please do your due diligence. Please do your own research. Do not blindly support any creator. Make sure that you are not participating in any type of echo chambers. Make sure you have a mind of your own and that you do your own research, make your own decisions. Pray for Vaughn and his family, Miss Letitia, everyone, Dre, her kids, everyone involved in that story. And we'll continue to talk about the story. I'll be live again tomorrow. I hope you guys have an amazing night. If you are new here, to all replay watchers, let me know what you think of all of the comments that you heard on Down the Rabbit Hole. Do you think that it's a distraction, a deflection? Let me know. Shout out to my replay watchers, okay? Love y'all. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing night. I will be live earlier tomorrow, so just to let y'all know. And I will see you guys soon. Shout out to my amazing mods. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I love y'all. Deuces. Let's pray the outro.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take.
Stranger Clegan, did you gift 5 memberships again? I'm seeing this. I don't see it from my end. I have to check my phone. Thank you, Goose, for sending this to me. You're too much, Stranger Clegan. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. That means so much to me. I'm so incredibly humble. I'm sorry that I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Stranger Clegan, for gifting memberships. That means a lot to me. I didn't see this until just now because I don't check my phone often because it distracts me. No, I didn't see it. For some reason, I can't see it on my end. Thank you so much. I love you to death. You're just amazing. Okay. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.